Hi, my name is April Vollmer. I'm a New York artist, author, and educator with an MFA from Hunter College in New York, and I've specialized in mokuhanga since participating in the Nagasawa Art Park program in 2004. My book, Japanese Woodblock Print Workshop on the Contemporary Use of Mokuhanga, was released by Watson Guptill in 2015. The cover of the book is this print here, Zova, which was selected by designer Nami Kurita. It's based on the expanding pattern of an elderflower. And there's a picture of the book. I first studied mokuhanga after graduate school with artist Bill Payden, who had lived in Kyoto. But my deeper understanding of mokuhanga came in 2004 when Keiko Kadota invited me to participate in the Nagasawa Art Park residency program in Japan. These are the prints I did there. When I was in art school in New York, Hiroshige's seductive fishes were always in the back of my mind, but Japan seemed impossibly far away. These two prints are from a book the Metropolitan Museum published. At Hunter College in the 1980s, I worked primarily in etching. In the years after, I worked in painting, then drawing. I used the sharp point of the pencil to make work that was precise and specific, more idea-based and literal than the mokuhanga woodcuts that followed. These are two drawings on black paper. The first woodcuts I made with Bill Payden show how immediately my work changed, focusing more on color and texture. The shapes were determined by the physicality of cutting rather than the fluid precision of the pencil. I also began to use the white of the paper as part of the image. Before, I had drawn on black paper and painted on shaped wood panels to avoid the white rectangle of the picture plane. One of the most complex prints I made was Delirious Birds and Bees from 2007. It is an autobiographical self-portrait, printed from a variety of blocks I cut between 1995 and 2007, when this print was featured at an extensive exhibition at the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens Steinhardt Gallery. Blocks from earlier prints gave me a library of shapes to work with. These are 6 of the earlier prints. The hummingbirds with Banksia is from the Santa Cruz Arboretum where my mother worked. Cherry Quarter is from a residency with Sue Johnson. Explode was begun at the Virginia Center for the Creative Arts. And Wasp Dance was based on insects I found at the Nagasawa Art Park program in the Japanese countryside back in 2004. This is another series created using blocks of the old Willis Avenue truss bridge combined with electricity pylons, printed in different ways, different combinations. Mokuhanga gives me the freedom to explore ideas in depth through repetition. I used the same 18th century Mexican silver chandelier block in Delta with an image of the Mississippi River Delta, in Blackout with a single fern block printed multiple times in different densities, and in Cupola with a digital architectural background. I plan images in Photoshop, manage color separations by eye, and carve freely, letting the process shape the image. These two prints are made from the same blocks, printed in radically different colors to make 2 entirely different prints. Somewhat similar to what Katsu was doing with his Mount Fuji prints. Contemporary artists from Andy Warhol to Robert Rauschenberg and Jasper Johns use ideas drawn from printmaking. But I'm particularly inspired by the work of contemporary artists like Nancy Sparrow with her fierce political underpinning. Philip Taffy with his elegant repetitions of natural form, and Barbara Takanaga, who uses repeated form in both printmaking and painting to create an entry into other worlds. All these artists generate ideas through the free use of print technologies. In my earlier work, I addressed environmental concerns literally. Mokuhanga is more indirect. Its tactile surface suggests physical presence and a connection to the natural world. In breathing in and breathing out, I use the repeated form of the lotus flower to suggest the rhythms of breathing. I can convey complex meanings by layering blocks to create an interchange between nature and culture. In this series, I inserted patterns of crane flies and birds into classical fret patterns based on the engravings of ancient Greek ceramic vases collected in Naples by Sir William Hamilton in the 17th century. Sort of similar to the way Yunmi uses old Chinese instructional books. Many layers historically. Mokuhanga prints record the sharpness of the knife, the texture of the washi, the pressure of the baren, the humidity of the day. The embossment reflects the slant of light at a particular time. I include carving marks or the paper decal to identify the print as a physical object rather than a picture of something else. I often imply my own presence by including hands. Mokuhanga can convey the urgency of the moment with a shadow, a color gradation, a repetition. Its methodical process displays a clarity of intention. Thank you very much.